It would be sometime after all the internships are done. Everybody that had their internships would have the same, but they would have a bigger goal. Feeling that compared to some students and or some classmates that they're weak. That they're weak, so they would be trying to actually get work done and trying to get stronger. But they would seem that they can't get there. But they would do their best, and Bakugo and Deku would get there, and they would think that they probably got much stronger now in another month of training, or another 2 months to them, but they would ask how the training go, and they would both say that we didn't have the full 2 months of training like the rest of us did, or the rest of you guys did, since we had to heal for a month. But I think it ended well, didn't it? Bakugo would say, sure, but I'm stronger, and all that. But yeah, they would go off, and they would be told by Aizawa that they're having a test. Almost as like an entrance exams and all that. Which they'd say, oh yeah, rocket and robots and all that, I wonder how well I'll do now. But of course, Principal Nezu walk in and say, we have to keep you guys on your toes, so we change it every time. Or somebody can't tell them about the secrets and all that. So right now, we're just gonna test you guys out, seeing if how it would work against teacher versus students. And the matchups would be so: Bakugo and Deku versus Aizawa. Why I picked Aizawa is because, as everybody knows, judging by how they work, both of them highly rely on their quirks, except Aizawa knows that Deku does have some combat ability without his. So yeah. But of course, even in combat, he does have use it with his quirk. So Aizawa's there to cancel out their quirks and to take them down. But it would end about the same, since they. Oh my god, what happened? But it would end up with them doing very well against him, with Deku going up against Aizawa and distracting him from Bakugo, where Bakugo can set up a good attack from a good distance away, while him and Aizawa are doing fisticuffs and all that. But of course, I'll say Aizawa with his scarves would pretty much sling around Deku, and anytime Deku would rebound himself with his explosions, but Aizawa would cancel his quirk before he can throw an attack. So yeah. So it would end up with Bakugo throwing one of his AB shots across the field, with him blasting or gliding through, since him gliding makes least noise, coming across the field and throwing an explosion right next to Aizawa, not hitting him but distracting him, Waizawa would turn left after hearing some kind of noise, and the AB bullet would be right there. With the shot already being shot before um, he can cancel it and before he can look at Bakugo. So if he tries to cancel Bakugo's quirk, it wouldn't work against it. But you see as the shot would go beneath him, with the explosion setting off. And this explosion would not hit him, but covering him up, with both the Deku taking him and punching him in the face, knocking him back. And he would finish him, Bakugo, and him would finish him off with regular combat with a punch. And yeah, it would end up with them both winning that one. Which, it was kind of a long match since they couldn't use the quirks to instantly defeat them and all that. And Izawa had, in normal combat skills, he'd have the better of both of them. So yeah. But this would be the end. And they would be told about heading to some place for training camp, is what they would be told. This training camp would excite them. But of course, as I would tell them that it's not for fun, and you better be prepared to fight and all that and train. And yeah, they would get ready for that. They would go and they would be put into the forest. In the forest, they would be told to get across, which they would do that with everybody helping along, being down robots, or not robots, but you know, the earth beasts and all that. Throwing Deku and Bakugo, or throwing small attacks, which aim towards the head to finish them off quickly and swiftly, blasting their way through all of them, while everybody else is helping. Getting to the other side, my dog, but getting to the other side much quicker, since Deku, as you guys know, is probably even stronger than Deku right now, and so is Bakugo stronger and he helped more. But you get there with them being split up with people to train. Well, I would say they called in an extra hero to help. The same. And this hero, what he did is cover a mountain in cement. This hero is Cementos. So what they did is make another huge box around a mountain, about a mountain size that they had. And they're told to only use attacks, their concentrated attacks, not widespread ones. But that would be shut down as Deku's fingers would start glowing to his hand, not all the way up his arm, but just around his hand. And he would put his hand forward, and he would say, like, Plus Ultra, Full Power, AP Shot. So pretty much this is just him using his AP Shot at the max power that he can without breaking his arm. So yeah. But it would smash through half the mountain, while Bakugo would use a B shot, and he would shoot multiple of them, and he would break through the mountain, or break half of it, the rest down. And yeah, that's his pretty much plus ultra of that move. Sort of how the, what's the dude's name? Naval laser dude used the move that shot like more naval lasers from his elbows and all that, or his sides, and he just shot more attacks. Not any stronger ones, but just more in general. But yeah. But that would just, but they would see, which that would impress people, but they would be completely wiped out from these first attacks. Being wiped out, but they would get up, still continuing attacking. So yeah. But they would do this training. It's just the stamina training like it normally is, how it was in the anime. And their limit on this moves, of course with breaks, but without breaks, it's only 2 times a day with about a couple minute or hour break. They can use this 4 times a day until strain on their arms is too strong and they're wiped out completely. So these shots can only be used 2 times after another, and maybe one after an hour, and maybe another after 2 hours. So yeah. But being taken out like that, or wiped out from that, at the end of this training, they would be doing the whole, you know, scare test, and of course, Bakugo would be stuck with Todoroki while Deku's alone. But Deku would decide to go last, and whenever he goes last, the whole attack would happen. The attack happened, he would be told to go find Koda, and that's exactly what he would do. He would go find Koda, in which doing so, he would run it into the villain known as Muscular. But Muscular would pretty much would throw his strong attacks at them, but Deku would be able to withstand these with his endurance between his explosions and all that, and he would grab onto him, throwing his fist into him up close, throwing explosions, knocking him away, grabbing Koda, and he'll tell Koda to try not to get hurt and run away as fast as he can, while he would jump off the side of the mountain, downwards like a backwards flip, slowing himself down with an explosion at the end, putting him down in the forest as he would get ready. And he would have took his hands, he'd take his fingers, and he would charge up one of those attacks they can use, while Muscular would jump down, while he would pretty much, Koda would be running as he would turn back, as what he would see with them not seeing Deku train since they're positioned far away just in case. But what he would see is as Musker would be shot through the mountain, and the mountain would disappear into molten rock. But as this happens, you see his Musker get up in his full muscle form with constantly melting muscle. You get up breathing, and he's like, that attack was strong, but not strong enough to take me down, kid. Then a big attack smashing into Deku, and it would hurt Deku and break his arm, but he would take that same arm, charging towards him, putting the stance, same plus ultra, slamming his fist into him, glowing with explosions, and he would throw one of the massive explosions from his fist, ripping away from his muscles, and he would come around with this other one, saying, take this, smashing into him, breaking his arms and ribs with a huge explosion. Ending it like that. And yeah, that would be the end of Muscular. And yeah, of course, Deku would be told to him that he shouldn't use his arms too many times to throw massive explosions and break it, or one day he can't use his arms again. Which, I'm not going to do a whole kicking, exploding Deku, I just had to put that in. But this would pretty much make him caution about using those big explosions, breaking his arms more. And Bakugo would be given the same analysis because of this, since he does the same thing. But yeah. And not even, what's the girl's name? Recovery Girl's quirk can't do a miracle like that. But yeah. But they would get back and all that. Same thing would happen, but Bakugo would take down, what's the dude's name? Moonfish, and the Dark Shadow dude would be stopped by the light from Baku and Toroki using his flames to sort of stop them too. So yeah. But yeah. But since this would happen, they would pretty much be the end of this part, actually. I made this carry on too long. But yeah, goodbye.